Hey guys, it's been a while. I know. um, Today we'll be talking about episode 6 of season 26 of Big Brother. Um, Last thing that just happened was that Matt is out, and I think maybe the last thing, it's been a while. I have notes though. I think maybe the last thing that we saw was Angela giddy AF. Um, so Angela, yeah, she had a little confessional where she was very happy about getting Matt out and being the reason that Matt is out. Just Angela happy. And until later on when she realizes she's not HOH anymore. Um, okay, so the next thing that we see is like some speculation on who was the third vote for Matt. Because everyone knows that it was Leah and it was MJ who were the first and the second vote for Matt. But who was that third vote? Well, everyone really knows that it was Lisa. During the episode, I think we only get the point of views of Chelsea and of Tucker, where they are for sure that it was Lisa. Um, Everyone else, we don't get their like thought about it, but in the feeds, everyone knows. T-Core knows, Chemo knows, they know. Well, they don't know, but they're 99% sure it was Lisa. Um, and then we get Lisa talking, and she confirms to us that it was her, even though we saw her vote. But she goes in her confessional and she says, "Yes, it was me who voted for Matt." Um, the reason she voted for Matt, she says in her confessionals, is that she thought that Matt had the votes. She thought he had, I guess he had a conversation with her, and well, he did. I saw it. He had a conversation with her during the feeds, and he convinced her that he had the votes. I mean, he was going around telling everyone that he had the votes because he was pretty sure he had the votes, but people were lying to him. Um, and she believed what he said, and she didn't want to be on the wrong side of the votes, so she voted for Matt, even though everyone else was telling her, "We're not voting for Matt." She just thought that he had the votes. She goes and tries to play it off as if like we see a scene of her talking to Chelsea and she's like saying like, "I wonder who voted for him because I was not with him. I was not on his side. I wonder who that third vote was." Like, and Chelsea, she says like, "Girl, you're playing in my face. I know it was you." I don't believe you when you say it wasn't you. Um, so and but Lisa thinks that she played it off well, and thinks that she's like, yeah, they don't realize that it was me, but they do. Um, then we get MJ where she wants Angela out. She wants Angela out of the house. Um, and we see MJ's like the crying. I don't know if that's how she actually cries, but that either she was trying to make sure she looked pretty while crying, or those were fake tears. Because what was that? She was like, But she's crying, and people are trying to console her because of Matt leaving. But she goes to the bathroom to be alone. But Leah ends up following her, and Leah, like, she comes out the door. She comes through the door. She's like, she sees MJ Mackenzie through the mirrors, and then she's like, I can't even do it. She's like smiling, and then she's just like, she's like, like, like it seems so fake or like forced. I believe Leah's sad about Matt leaving? Sure, because it messes up with her game. But do I think she's so sad and so distraught? Both of them, honestly. So sad and so distraught that their face crumples up and like they're like sobbing or whatever. Like at the end of like the sobbing, the session of crying, they're they're like, we're gonna win. We're gonna win for Matt. We're gonna win. um, and you can see that MJ has like tears down her face. So she did that. She got that. She got the tears to actually go down her face. Like it was a lot. Um, so she was crying, but Leah, not a tear down that cheek, not a streak down, nothing. I don't think Leah was legitimately crying. I'm sorry, but I don't. I like Leah, but I don't think she was actually sad. You know, in reality shows and like just when you know people who try to manipulate with tears, when they scrunch their face, when they're crying, but they have to scrunch it up, like you know they're trying to force tears to come out. Like I just don't I usually don't believe somebody who's crying if they have if like immediately while they're crying their face is scrunched up. It's like they're trying to like, come out, tears come out. But if your like eyes are like open and the tears are coming and we can see the tears balling up, that's whenever I believe that person is sad. That person is very sad about whoever just left. But if you have to hide your face immediately and you have to be I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Moving on. Um Tikar and Kimo, we see them a little. They're also like at one point during the beginning of the episode, they're also in the storage room, and they're like, "Who voted? Who's that third vote?" And they immediately say, "Oh well, I guess we did get Tikar's point of view." They immediately say that it was maybe Lisa because they can't really think of anyone else who would have voted for Matt. Um, and I like this duo. That's why I wanted to mention them. I like the duo of Tikor and Kimo. I have my eyes on them. Um, the HOH comp was another equitable comp. Was it great? No, but it was fine. I liked it. It was one of the ones that they had to watch a video and then either say true or false with their little signs if with the question that not Julie, but I think Ainsley asked, and the videos were like kind of like America's funniest video kind of thing, but it was animals based. So it was like animals falling animals spinning. Yeah. And the person who won that was Chelsea. Do I think she needed to win it? No. She was in a very good position, but good for you, Chelsea. Oh, and I don't agree with your point of views, but that's not part of the game, so I won't. I'll stop. Uh, Angela is like I think she us is talking, and at some point she realizes. Well, she tells us she was like, I kind of made myself a target by my HOH, by how my HOH week went. I'm probably effed. And now I'm a target, so I'm probably gonna be on the block. Like, like Angela's realizing this, and because I think this was when Chelsea was trying to figure out who she's gonna put on the block, and so Angela was in the confessional saying like, I'm gonna talk to Chelsea and see if maybe she won't put me on the block, but if she puts me on the block, then I understand because I made myself a target. So one another thing that I wanted to mention was BB is not showing Kenny like wanting to go home. Like he wants to go home, but production is making it seem like he doesn't want to go home. Like he hasn't been saying this entire time that he wants to go home. I mean, they didn't even show that Kenny volunteered to be on the block. He told Chelsea, put me on the block. I want to go home. But they didn't show us that because I guess they're like we can't allow the cop to look like that, to look like a quitter. Yeah, his DRs, he says things like I'm Boston born, I'm a Boston man, I'm gonna I'm not dead, I'm gonna win this. But he doesn't want to be there. So I don't know if production is making him be positive about the game and to like I don't know if they're giving him a script and say if you don't want to if you don't have good words to say, then here just read this because we're not gonna publicize the fact that you want out. Oh my gosh. I really enjoyed this episode because of one thing. Like the top tier like out of all these episodes all yeah, out of all these episodes, this is like the funniest moment that happened so far. We finally got the Tucker versus Lisa segment. Tucker, he finally got his chance to vent in the confessional about how much he despises Lisa and her antics and her sparkles and her glitters and her exercising in the kitchen. Go away with that shit. Go away. I I even tweeted when I first saw the the clip. I think I saw the clip. I didn't see it live. But what or maybe did I see it live? I don't know. But when I saw it, I knew and I tweeted, I said, "Girl, I know Tucker like Tucker's behind there. Tucker's right behind Lisa in the kitchen, doing something in the kitchen, probably cooking. I think he was cooking. Um, I know in his head he is ranting right now saying, "Why the is this chef, this cook exercising in the kitchen. In the kitchen. She's got this weighted ball just boom, 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 boom. And production, BB, Big Brother, they emphasized each boom, boom. But Tucker had a lot to say. I would say watch this. Watch this episode just for that segment. Just for that segment. Uh, oh well, there's a touching segment. There's also a touching, heartful, heartfelt moment in this episode. So I know I just said that that was my favorite part of the episode, but it was. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. It was. But Kimu and Chelsea, they ended up talking about LGBTQ and like about their lives, about like how it affects them in their lives. Um, like because Kimu's gay, and we find out that Chelsea's brother's gay. Um, we find out that Kimu never told his dad because when he came out, his dad was our had already passed away. And I'm sorry that this isn't my favorite part of the episode. I'm so sorry about that. But Tucker was just too funny. And we've been waiting. Tucker has hated, let me not say hated. Tucker has disliked Lisa this entire time from the get. So we have been waiting for this segment for a while now. A while. So you know what? It's my favorite part of this episode. But I will give props for this segment about religion and LGBTQ plus, like the mixture of them and how how people work through that, what with being LGBTQ plus, but also religious. It was a touching moment. We finally get introduced to the core, which is the alliance name of Chelsea, Cam, and Cedric. Short, you could just say CCC because they all their names start with C. Um, because it's only three of them, they still wanted to make their group bigger, so they make an alliance where their alliance is also within. So it's Cam, Cedric, Chelsea, and then they added Quinn and Brooklyn. And they named, I'm pretty sure it was Brooklyn who named it, but they named it the Pentagon. I already said that part. Oh, so we get a scene where it's Chelsea in her HOH room, and MJ is in there with her, and she basically tells, out of coaxing from Chelsea, because Chelsea was coaxing it out, she was just like, "Oh, I wish we could just know who had these powers, and maybe if we had these powers, I could work with that person." Oh, but only if we knew who had the powers. Hmm. And MJ's just like, I have the power. And MJ tells her the whole shebang. I don't think she leaves anything out. She like says that America gets to pick not the person, but the country. Then we get to pick who gets nominated instead, not HOH, the whole shebang. She told her everything. And I think we do get, I think Chelsea does say, like, this and knowing what the power is, she doesn't feel comfortable with putting MJ in on the block. So it looks like MJ is no longer, because I think she was maybe someone she was going to put on the block, but because of that, she's just like, cross that name out of the list because I'm not messing with that. Um, Quinn, on the other hand, has not told, and he says he will not tell the Pentagon about his power because he just feels like it's way too late. Like, it's so late to tell anyone about it. Sorry. It's so late to tell anyone about it because like he's been having a lot of conversations. Like people have asked people, do you have the power? Maybe do you have the power? I don't have the power. Do you have the power? So with all of that, he's just like, there's no going back. I cannot tell anyone else. I cannot tell the Pentagon because they're gonna side eye him for why did you not tell us? For why? And he doesn't want them to like start suspecting that him just because he was too afraid about who to tell that he had the power. I mean, the first person he told was the HOH, but the HOH was Angela, and now he's like, am I fucked because I told Angela, the most emotional, the most dramatic, the most we don't know what she's gonna do next person. So I see why he's kind of hesitant as to who he's gonna tell next. I think he will tell someone at some point. Um, on the block. So the people on the block end up being Kenny, Angela, and Lisa. Lisa seemed not surprised, but surprised at the same time. Like I think Lisa was just she probably felt like she had a good enough relationship with Chelsea that she wasn't gonna get nommed, but she probably had a feeling like maybe she was gonna get nommed again. Tucker, after Lisa got nominated, they showed us a clip of him just smiling. We don't know if that smile was from something else, but the way production made it seem like is that Tucker, right after Lisa got nominated, was just like, yeah. Another thing that, like, again, Kenny, we get clips, confessionals of Lisa, Angela, and Kenny. Lisa and Angela's made sense, but again, Kenny's doesn't make sense. Kenny's again saying, like, reading off lines or something as if he cared, like he's saying like I'm gonna take myself off the block, but this guy does not care. Like he does not, like he wants to go home. He says I want to go home. I want to go home. Put me on the block. I want to go home. I want to go home. if 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 it's me and this person, vote me out. I want to go home. But in the DR, every time we get his little confessionals, it's, oh, I'm gonna stay in the game. They can't beat me. They can't. No matter how many times they put me on the block, I'm still gonna get back up. They can't beat me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat everyone in the game. But he also wants out. Why is production making this man lie? And like, if it was a strategy, wouldn't he say that in the confessionals? He doesn't have to lie to us. He can say in the confessionals, I'm telling everyone that I want out of the game. I'm telling everyone that I put me on the block because it's all strategy. Because once I'm finally at the last, like at the finales, I'm gonna be like, I told y'all all that I wanted to leave, but it was always strategy. I would believe that if he said it in the confessionals. Like, but he's not saying that in the confessionals. In the confessionals, he's acting as if he does want to stay, but not telling us why he tells everyone that he wants out. Like, if he's saying that, production, just show us. Show us that he does want to stay, but he's just playing everyone in their face and acting as if he doesn't want to play the game. Uh, it's weird. Everyone, audience wise, wants Kenny out because all we're seeing is that he doesn't want to be here. So just get him out of the game. But production wants their little cop to look pretty and to look like he's a gamer and to, I don't know, not be a quitter when he's a quitter. Whatever. That's all I got for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. Bye.